Hey everyone, I am a little too gray today. I have like gray and gray hair that's like kind of not gray anymore and like a gray. It's too monochromatic, but that's okay. This is what I've committed to today. But I'm making this video because I was recently reminded that I have an autoimmune disease, which I have completely forgotten about for very many years. And now that I think back on it, that's probably why I got so sick a couple years ago. As you know, if you've been watching a lot of my videos, like I started YouTube because I was so sick and nobody could find out why. And then I like made a miraculous recovery during that time, and now like as of late I've been feeling kind of sort of not great. I don't want to say sick, but not good. Basically what had happened was I pretty much like I've always been like sick. Like I always just don't feel good. I don't really have the energy to do much, and I just feel like dying all the time. And then I switched my diet to like a vegan one, mostly more like freegan slash plant-based. And then that's when I started feeling better, and now I feel worse. And I was out with a friend and her friend was like, oh, I'm hungry, and I was like, hey, I'm hungry too. So we bonded over being hungry, and we couldn't get any food because we were at like an event. And you know, my friend's friend was finally like, you know what, I really need food. I have a thyroid problem, so I need to eat. And then I, of course, was like, holy crap, I have a thyroid problem too, that I totally forgot about. And so basically when I was younger, I had hypothyroidism. I actually tried to Google it because I don't think autoimmune diseases just go away. But in my case, you know, in my childhood into my teens, I did have it, and I had to get my blood drawn every month to check my thyroid levels. I did actually have an enlarged thyroid gland. You can sort of see it a little bit. It's like so slight, but it used to be a lot bigger when I was younger, and the kids at school would make fun of me and say that I had an Adam's apple, and then now it's just like, no bitch, an Adam's apple is up here, your thyroid gland's down here. And my ex-boyfriend used to tell me that it would help me float better in the pool, like that Pokemon with like the flotation device around its neck. I can't remember the name right now. But yeah, that was that. So basically, one day the doctor was just like, you're fine. And I was like, great. And I just went about my life like I never had the problem to begin with, and I just 100% forgot. And now that I remembered that I have this issue, now that I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe it's like the answer to all of my questions, like why am I always sick? Why do I always feel like I'm dying? Why do I always feel like passing out? Why do I feel, you know, like tired and exhausted and things hurt and blah 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 all the time? So I am going to get that checked out soon. Unfortunately, I have poor people's insurance, and poor people are not allowed to be sick. It's because when I looked for an endocrinologist, there aren't many under my insurance, and the ones who are under my insurance are very busy. And it's May right now at the time of this recording, and the first appointment that they have available is in July, and that's too far in the future for me to be waiting, especially now that I am aware that I have just ignored this problem that I have had. I want to get it checked out now. I am actually going to be going to an internist and getting some blood work done and asking questions about that, because on one hand, the chronic illness could be like one thing, and then the hyperthyroidism could be another thing. on the other hand, the hyperthyroidism could be causing all of my chronic illness, but I'm not really sure. I think that in the past when I asked about it, because I didn't remember that I had hyperthyroidism, nobody really thought about it. I did get blood work, but everything came back normal. But, you know, I got blood work for an allergy test once and everything came back normal and I wasn't allergic to anything, which is a huge lie. So I don't know how this is gonna work, but I am just hoping that I'm gonna go to the doctor later today actually. I'm going to get my answer and maybe make Miraculous Recovery Part 2 because, you know, I just can't spend my life going like this until maybe one day when like YouTube pays me enough money to make a living off of, and then I can like make YouTube videos for a living and not have to actually show up to work, and then I can just like let the chronic illness like run its course and not go to the doctor because the doctor doesn't have answers for me, which has been the case up to this point. But hopefully today's appointment will shed some answers. I'm not going to vlog today's appointment. I know like a lot of people have really, they said they really liked my like vlog videos, which I'm trying to do, but like I'm just so self-conscious and I don't think my life is that interesting. And besides, going to the doctor is kind of personal, so like I really don't want to do that right now, especially because like it's an answer that I don't really know what to expect. Not that I would be mad or anything, because I actually met a woman, one of my clients, I got to talking about it and she was just like, I was like, oh, you know, I think that I have an autoimmune, or I don't think, but like I had one when I was younger and I forgot, and she's like, oh my god, me too. And then I was like, oh, what do you have? And she's like, a thyroid problem. And I was like, oh my god, me too. So what happened to her was she actually had thyroid cancer, and she found out that she had thyroid cancer because this is what's been happening to me, which is why I think it's my thyroid. I've been sleeping on my side. I'm a side sleeper, but the pillow like pushes this part of my neck into my throat, and it has been choking me in my sleep, and I wake up and I'm like so, and I know it's not like sleep apnea or anything because I do not sleep like on the back of my head. I am a side sleeper or a face sleeper, so I literally like sleep on my face like this. And it's just like I feel the pressure when I'm like waking up coughing. And she was like, oh yeah, that happened to me too. It turned out to be cancer. And I was like, oh, this took a really bad turn. Sorry. But she was like, it's okay, I'm on a Synthroid now. And I'm like, don't tell me these things, okay? Going to the doctor for this. But basically, she had to get her thyroid removed, and they actually cut her like from side to side because your thyroid is like a butterfly-shaped gland, like right in this area right here. And it was so cool because she showed me her scar, and it looked like someone tried to chop her head off. And if that ever happened to me, like, I would not be mad. Like, I would be mad because nobody wants cancer, but like, I wouldn't be mad to have a scar like across my neck. I think it's cool. Not the right thing to think is cool and fun and to want, but there is that. So I have to go to the doctor. This became like a rambling video, even though it was supposed to be an update on my life and serious, and I just started just going off as I usually do when it comes to these videos. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching my video. Hopefully nothing is wrong with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye!